Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent.
Imagine a bustling Friday night. The hum of the movie theatre, popcorn buttery and warm in your hands. The screen lights up, revealing the story of a man both celebrated and debated. His name? J. Robert Oppenheimer. But as the credits roll, questions arise. Was he merely the physicist behind the atomic bomb? Or were there hidden layers, stories left untold? Journey with us as we unearth 10 astonishing secrets of this enigmatic man. So, brace yourself, for the Oppenheimer you think you know might just surprise you.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Secret number 10. Whispering in many tongues. Picture a young Oppenheimer surrounded by books, each in a different tongue: Greek, Latin, French, German. He didn't just know these languages, he lived them. Incredibly, when speaking engagement beckoned in the Netherlands, he took just 6 brisk weeks to master Dutch. Why? Because the authenticity of speech mattered to him, echoing both his genius and his respect for cultures. Secret number 9. A dark secret in Corsica. The year was 1926. Robert Oppenheimer, best known for the atomic bomb, was on vacation in Corsica with some university friends. Everyone expected a fun trip with the bright physicist. They looked forward to beach days, discussions under the sun, and perhaps some local wine. But Oppenheimer was not himself. For days he seemed off, like something was bothering him. His pals from Cambridge tried to cheer him up, but something heavy weighed on his mind. Then, one evening, he gathered his courage and shared a shocking secret. He tried to kill his Cambridge tutor with a poisoned apple. He left the apple spiked with toxic chemicals on the tutor's desk, hoping he'd take a bite. His friends were floored. Here they were, trying to enjoy their vacation, and Oppenheimer had just confessed to a murder attempt. It was like something out of a scary book, like those written by Dostoevsky, which Oppenheimer loved. They realized there was a dark side to their intelligent friend, a side they'd never seen before. This vacation, meant to be a break from studies, turned into a revelation. The man who would later build the world's deadliest weapon had his own personal demons, and that summer in Corsica, they got a glimpse of them. Secret number 8. Quantum journeys in Germany. Fast forward to 1925. Fresh from Harvard with honors, Oppenheimer wasn't done. He was drawn to the mysteries of quantum physics, leading him to Germany's University of Göttingen. Amidst the whirring machines and scribbled formulas, he collaborated with the brilliant Max Born, carving out a name in the annals of quantum mechanics. We've just unveiled secrets 10 through 8, but don't go anywhere. The 5th secret? Let's just say Oppenheimer's talents weren't limited to the lab. Ever tasted a flawless martini? Secret number 7. Red ties and suspicions. In the thick of the Cold War, where whispers of communism could ruin careers, J. Robert Oppenheimer walked on a tightrope. Best known for leading a Manhattan Project, his earlier days at the University of California, Berkeley told a different story. There, his circle was filled with members of the American Communist Party and those who believed in their ideals. His friend David Hawkins recalled how they aimed to pull the New Deal to the left. Oppenheimer, with his ever-present wit, once said he probably belonged to every communist front organization on the West Coast. It was meant as a joke, but it highlighted his close brushes with communist ideals. Despite this, his genius was undeniable. General Leslie R. Groves, seeing Oppenheimer's immense value to the Manhattan Project, shrugged off concerns about his political leanings and pushed for his security clearance. But politics waits for no one. In 1954, those very communist ties came back to haunt Oppenheimer. His once secure position was thrown into jeopardy, with his security clearance revoked, forever changing the trajectory of his illustrious career. Secret number 6. An award of legacy. Ever wondered how giants in the world of science get their due? A gold medal, a signed presidential citation, and a cool $100,000 to your name. That is the Enrico Fermi Presidential Award, and if it sounds fancy, that's because it is. Back in 1956, the US decided to tip its hat to Enrico Fermi, a big name in atomic energy, by creating this award in his honor. Fermi, an Italian dude who became an American citizen, wasn't just smart, he was a genius. We're talking about the man responsible for the first nuclear chain reaction and a Nobel Prize winner in 1938. Now, J. Robert Oppenheimer and Fermi shared a common world, both carving out spaces in the atomic age. Their paths, stories, and contributions intermingle in the annals of scientific history. As Oppenheimer made his mark, the shadow of awards like the Fermi one must have loomed large. Such honors are not just about recognizing past achievements, but also about inspiring future visionaries. So, next time you think of Oppenheimer, remember, his world wasn't just about atomic bombs, but also about seeking acknowledgement in a hall of giants like Fermi. Secret number 5. The scientist behind the shaker, Oppenheimer's special pour. J. Robert Oppenheimer was a mastermind in the world of atomic physics, but few knew he could also whip up a mean martini. Picture this: Los Alamos evening, where beyond discussions of nuclear fission, Oppenheimer's living room was abuzz with laughter and the clinking of ice-filled glasses. And at the heart of it all, his unique martini recipe. Pouring 4 ounces of gin with a splash of vermouth into a glass, he'd then add his special twist. Taking a chilled glass, he'd delicately dip the rim in a mix of honey and lime juice. This was not your everyday martini, it was Oppenheimer's signature. Pat Scherr, married to one of the lab's physicists, once remarked about his concoctions, saying that they were the most delicious and coldest martinis she'd ever had. While the world remembers Oppenheimer for his groundbreaking scientific work, those close to him got a glimpse of another talent: his knack for playing the perfect host with a martini in hand.
You still seem to suffer, may I say, from a bad conscience about it. Is that true, sir?
I think when you play a meaningful part in bringing about the death of over 100,000 people.
Secret number 4. New Mexico, his heart's true north. Close your eyes and envision a young Oppenheimer, weak from illness, stepping into the blazing sun of New Mexico back in 1922. The warm breeze, the aroma of wildflowers, and the magnificent Sangre de Cristo and Jemez mountains beckoning in the distance. Advised by his father to heal amongst nature, he finds solace riding horses through these very ranges, feeling the rugged earth beneath his feet. Years pass, but the allure remains. In 1928, memories flood back as he and his brother, Frank, gallop on horseback across familiar trails. They'd laugh, reminisce, and sometimes bask in the silence of nature. And right there, amidst those very mountains, stood a rustic cabin, aptly named Perro Caliente, or Hot Dog. Purchased in 1947, this became Oppenheimer's sanctuary, a piece of New Mexico he could forever call his own. But wait, the tale twists. Remember that visit to the Los Alamos Ranch School? Fast forward, and that serene spot transforms into the bustling hub of the Manhattan Project in the 1940s, all upon Oppenheimer's very suggestion. A profound connection, a state of beauty, New Mexico truly was the backdrop of Oppenheimer's grand tapestry. Secret number 3. Jean Tatlock, the muse and mystery. Meet Jean Tatlock, a physician, a psychiatrist, and brimming with political passion. Their worlds collided in the 1930s at the University of California, Berkeley. Their bond? Electric. Twice amidst whispered secrets and shared dreams, Oppenheimer proposed to her. Twice, she declined. Yet their paths were inextricably intertwined. However, her fierce communist leanings cast a shadow. When Oppenheimer was tapped to lead the Manhattan Project, the whisperings began. The FBI's prying eyes trailed him, especially intrigued by his past with Tatlock. Their relationship was passionate, powerful, yet politically charged. Secret number 2. A genius torn within. Behind the physicist's facade, Oppenheimer grappled with his mental health, a mind in turmoil. Picture him at Cambridge's Cavendish Laboratory, surrounded by beakers and charts, but feeling stifled, unfulfilled. That zest for theoretical physics clashed with the monotony of routine lab work. But the weight grew heavier. After the smoke cleared from Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the weight of his decisions bore down. With every report of destruction, his heart sank deeper into guilt. His once vibrant eyes now mirrored the conflict within. This burden led him away from Los Alamos and into solitude, an emotional chapter that reminds us brilliance doesn't shield one from inner battles. Secret number 1. A legacy redeemed. Imagine, decades later, in the bustling year of 2022, US Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm stood up, advocating for justice for a man long gone. The earlier 1954 verdict, snatching Oppenheimer's security clearance amidst communist fears, was now overturned. Remember him leading the Manhattan Project? Creating the atomic bomb in a jaw-dropping 27 months? This move to reinstate his clearance wasn't just about paperwork, it was about honor. It was about recognizing a man who gave his all, faced countless tribulations, and changed the world. It was, in essence, America's nod of respect to Oppenheimer's indomitable spirit. From the sun-soaked trails of New Mexico to the political labyrinth of the Cold War era, Oppenheimer's life was nothing short of cinematic. Beyond the atomic bomb lay a man of passion, intellect, and vulnerability. As we piece together these tales, the true portrait of J. Robert Oppenheimer emerges, urging us to always seek the stories behind the headlines, because sometimes they're even more explosive. Got your heart racing, didn't we? Hit that subscribe button and join us on this thrilling journey. And hey, drop a comment below if there's a topic that's been keeping you up at night. We might just turn the spotlight on it next.
But we know that as long as men are free to ask what they will, free to say what they think, free to think what they must, science will never regress, and freedom itself will never be wholly lost.